Hello, course creators and edupreneurs, those thinking about creating online courses and those of you who have done them and are looking to scale. First of all, thank you very much to everyone who recently answered my survey. I sent a survey out to people on my email list and in my Facebook group, Entrepreneur to Edupreneur, and I asked you two questions. Now, the first question was, what is your current biggest question about creating online courses? So that was the first question I asked. The second question was, if I could provide you with any tips and guidance right now, what would it be to help you get your online course created? And I had hundreds of responses come back. I'm so grateful for those responses, and it was all to basically make sure that I can be providing you with relevant content and helping you out as best as I can. So if you haven't answered those questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments below. It will be great. I check the comments all the time and I will continue to follow the answers that are coming back. But what I did is I actually summarized all of the questions that I was being asked, and there are pages and pages and pages of them. So it's absolutely amazing to see the types of questions that people are asking. Now, this is one thing I do highly encourage all course creators, content creators, entrepreneurs, business owners, speakers, coaches, consultants, anything, to go out and do, because when you know what questions your audience have, you know what solutions to provide, and it makes you even more helpful. It makes you only focus on creating content that's actually useful to your audience, and of course is then going to be the highest converting sort of use of your time that you can possibly be working on. So I had heaps and heaps of questions about how to create an online course come back. Now, I believe that there are 10 stages, 10 major stages to creating an online course, and I've talked about those. I have a free video on what those 10 stages are. But those 10 stages fit into 4 major phases. Now, those 4 major phases are phase 1, planning and profit. So this is all about planning out what online course topic are you actually going to teach? How do you pick a topic that's going to be profitable, that's going to have high market demand? How do you do that market testing to make sure that you're going to create an online course that people are going to buy? How do you price that online course? And then finally, how do you actually wrap all of that up into a business model that is going to make sure your courses continue to serve it, feed customers into it, and build upon all of your other products and services that you might have available within your business? So that plan and profit phase 1 has a number of stages in it. Phase 2 is what I call content and delivery. So this is about how you basically start unpacking everything that's in your head. How do you get all that content out of your brain? How do you organize it? How do you structure it? How do you know what to include in your course? How do you know what not to include in your course? And how do you organize and deliver that in a way that's engaging to your audience, doesn't waffle on too much, and really delivers the results that your online course promises? Now, the third major phase of creating an online course is all about your technology. So what equipment do you need? What technology do you need to have? How does it all fit together? How do you set it up, and how do you make it work so that it's completely automated as much as possible while still delivering the best customer service and the best learner experience, and of course maximizing the use of your own time too as the business owner? And then the fourth major phase is the launching and the marketing, basically. So within those 4 major phases, there are 10 steps overall, and I fit those kind of 10 steps into those 4 major phases. So look, creating an online course is a very process-driven, has a very process-driven strategy to it. It is very step-by-step. It is an A to Z. There are checklists and workflows and guides to go through. That is exactly what I specialize in. And what I'm going to do now is over the next few videos, I'm going to do my best to answer all of these questions, or as many as I possibly can. And I'm going to structure them out into those 4 major phases in order so that, you know, you are getting the answers in the best logical manner possible, basically. So if you're watching this video as it's first out there, great, wait for the next one to come along. If you're watching the recordings, just keep an eye on your emails or on the videos that follow this one, wherever you're watching them. So the answers I had come back on here were really, really interesting, but I found that there was one set of questions that actually come before these 4 major phases. And a lot of the questions I was getting back were, around mindset, they were around overwhelm, they were around fear and procrastinating. So a lot of the questions were things like, how do I even get started? I know I really want to create an online course, but I'm just procrastinating. I know I want to do it, but I just can't get myself to start, and I keep putting all of my other tasks before it. We all know that feeling, right? What else did we get? I had questions like, is it worth it? Is it all worth it? Is creating an online course worth the effort that goes into the creation of it in the beginning? So I feel like all of these kind of questions around overwhelm, around mindset, around procrastination, getting started, kind of come before these major steps. So that's what I'm going to address today. So I've got a few tips up on the screen for you. And I'm going to give you, first of all, 6 course creation, motivation, mojo makers, basically. If any of you have been following me for a while or have read my book, Awaken Your Course Creation Mojo, you will know that I am big on helping motivate people to get their content out to the world, to share that knowledge and expertise, because the second you do, you are going to change somebody's life at least. You know, there are 6 billion plus people in the world out there, and as soon as you get one online course out to the world, if you just help one of them, surely that was worth it. So I'm going to give you 6 little motivation mojo makers for creating your online course today. I'm then going to give you sort of the 3 major fears that came out of those questions and how you can overcome those 3 major fears, and a solution to just get you started and make it happen right now at the very end of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, course creation motivation number 1. This is, you know, in no particular order, but this is often one of the reasons why people want to create an online course, is because they want to scale their business. They want to help more people. They want to transform more lives. They want to make a bigger impact without necessarily actually having to do more work or hire more staff or putting more overheads that they have to then go on and deal with and manage. So scaling your business is doing exactly that. It's about moving from one-to-one to moving to one-to-many. Now, the second you download your stuff out of your head, you sit in front of a camera like I'm doing right here, and you say what you know, and you share what you've learned, and you share your processes and your steps and your experiences, your perspective on something, is the second you immortalize that knowledge. You can now put it on the internet with the click of a button. I'm recording this just on my mobile phone, so I'll only need to press upload after I've recorded this. It will instantly be available to the entire world. So if you are currently teaching, if you are delivering workshops, if you are doing one-on-one consultations, you are exchanging your time for money, which means that there is a cap on how much you can earn. Even if you're charging millions of dollars per minute, there is still only so many millions of dollars and only so many minutes in a day, right? So the second you put your content online, unlimited numbers of people can watch that content at exactly the same time. You can be in multiple countries via your video. People from all around the world can be watching your content at the same time, all around the world, while you're asleep. You don't even need to physically be there. And so this scaling, going to a global market, getting a bigger market, impacting more people's lives all at the same time, is a way that you can go from one-to-one to one-to-millions, simply with the click of a button. Now, just to give you some inspiration, not to brag, but to share and inspire, normal person in a normal house right now. I don't have a special fancy office. I've got some very cheap equipment that I've that I've purchased from Amazon. I'm recording this on a mobile phone in my spare bedroom right now. And using this methodology and the methodology I teach in my course creation group coaching programs, I have now attracted a student base over the last 4 to 5 years of over 20,000 students from around the world. I currently have students logging into my online school from 146 countries. And I do that working 3 hours a day as a mum to a 3-year-old and one on the way. You can't quite see my big belly, but there's a big one there. So I really want to tell you that, because I'm testament to the fact that you can have any lifestyle. If you're working full-time, if you're a full-time parent, if you don't want to spend hours and hours every single day on social media and in front of cameras and doing all this tech stuff, you can build yourself a very, very decent business very, very quickly. by immortalizing your knowledge in the form of creating online tutorials, online courses, and online learning. So scaling your business is one, course creation motivation. I mean, that's good enough on its own, right? So let's look at course creation motivation number 2, which is making more money. Now, everyone says to me, I want more money, I need more time, I want more students, I need more customers, I need more clients. Making more money is absolutely something that can be done the second you create an online course. More students quite literally means more money coming in the door. I mean, there's no denying that. It's quite simple math and logic. You are also creating a commercial product. So the second you have stood in front of camera, recorded all of your content, you have a commercial product that you can sell. You can sell it from podcasts, you can sell it from your blog, you can sell it from social media, you can sell it from your websites, you can sell it from books, you can sell it from ebooks, you can sell it wherever you choose to take it. If you're standing on stages at conferences, you have a commercial product the second you press record on your phone and create a video. And that's enough. I mean, who doesn't want more stuff to be able to sell? And the best thing is every time you sell it, you don't have to do more work. It's not like having a coaching client or a service where now a project commences. You quite literally put it online. The client finds it themselves. They buy it themselves without you being physically involved in the transaction. And off they go and consume that product without you even having to get involved or get out of bed. So you're going to make more money because you can have that unlimited scale. It doesn't need to be you physically present. It's passive in the sense that once you've created the course, which is the bit where you put the effort in, as soon as it's online, it's looking after itself. Your technology that you set up there looks after itself. So it's passive by definition, that you're not physically involved in the transaction and the delivery of the product as soon as you've put it up there. And then finally, in terms of how much money can you be making? Look, some people just use an online course as a lead magnet, purely to give away for free to build their email list. More about that in a moment. Other people literally focus their whole entire business around online courses. So it really, how you choose to use online courses is entirely up to you, and how you choose to use it will impact how much money you can make from your online courses. And I go into that in much more detail in some of my coaching programs. So just to give you some idea, some people literally make millions of dollars a year from their online courses because they focus just on the delivery of these programs. They focus purely on doing sort of 4 or 5 major launches a year. They fill those programs up 3 or 4 or 5 times a year, and they make a huge amount of money just by doing that alone. Now, another way is a method, for instance, like I have, one of the methods I have is to create multiple online courses and have an online academy. So once you've got yourself a couple of programs out there, voila, you now have enough content to be charging a monthly subscription. Now, I only charge at the moment, it's going to change soon, but at the moment, at the time of filming this, it is currently October 2019. I did just have to check the date. I'm blaming the baby brain. I charge $47 a month for access to all of my 50 plus online courses in my academy. Now, you might think that's not very much money, but if you start adding up, 50 students, 100 students, 200 students, and you start counting up how much money that is per month coming through when each of those people are paying you $47 a month every month by direct debit from their credit cards. Do the math. It adds up to a very nice amount of money, and many people quit their jobs very, very quickly when they see that kind of money coming in completely and utterly passively. And also you can have just your sort of authority flagship courses out there. If you are someone who is as a leader in your industry, if you're someone who's kind of has an online presence, has an email list, has a market, you can just be constantly promoting your online course and providing that product to people who perhaps wouldn't usually be able to afford your face-to-face services or your high-end products, whatever they might be. You basically can now create something that anyone, anywhere in the world can access at any time for a much lower price than what it would cost to normally have your time one-on-one. So making more money and scaling your business, 2 fantastic reasons to create your online course. So the third one, let's keep motivated here, is to build your email list. Now, I just touched on this one. This is a fantastic way to get people to see your face, figure out who you are, learn if they like your style or your personality or not. That's a good thing too. You don't want to be wasting your time providing content to people who ultimately aren't going to like you when it comes to looking at you in the eye and working with you one-on-one. So by doing videos, you immediately build authority, because he who teaches what he knows is automatically seen as an expert in it, right? You can immediately then start offering some of your best tidbits of information via a free lead magnet mini course. Now, this free lead magnet mini course only needs to be maybe your top 3 or top 5 tips, one little video per tip, and you deliver that out over a period of 3 or 5 days when someone joins your email list. And it's a really great offer for people to exchange their email address in return for your mini course. So you see this all the time. If you go to my website, sarahcordiner.com, you'll see a pop-up come up and it will say, you know, I think it's learn how to create your online course in 60 minutes, or learn how to plan your online course in 60 minutes. And it's simply a 1-hour tutorial that I jumped on, delivered some of my top tips for people to just get started in the absolute basics. And it's a fair exchange. They give me their email address, they come onto my list, I offer them more information, they watch the video course, voila. So that way you're getting really highly targeted leads. People are only going to opt into your email list if you're offering them a course that provides a solution that they're looking for. So it's one of the best ways to find people who want exactly what it is that you're offering in your products and services. So you don't necessarily have to go down the road of setting up academies and becoming an online educator. You could just simply create some online tutorial videos as your way of growing your business and growing your email list. So the other great thing about you using that sort of mini course or that free lead magnet course in your business is that you then have something to give away when you do have exposure. So for instance, it could be that you get interviewed on podcasts, perhaps you blog, perhaps you do speak at conferences or events or workshops. These are brilliant opportunities to collect the email addresses and grow your audience when you are in those other spaces that aren't yours. You know, I've stood on stages in front of hundreds of people and said, now if you liked that presentation, which is often free to the audience, go to sarahcordiner.com/free-stuff and you will be able to access X, Y, and Z free things. Now that's a real link, by the way. I will put it below for those of you who want to check out my free stuff, but you will see that in action. You will see how now wherever I go, whether it's a verbal interview or a written one or a presentation, I can give people the opportunity to give me their email address in exchange for something valuable. And that has been incredible for growing my email lists into the thousands. And it can do exactly the same for you the second you create that online course. So there's the third course creation motivation. Now the fourth one is having more time. So I hear so many people say, I don't have time to create my online course. Now this is the most ironic one ever, because the second you have an online course, you're going to have more time, because you're not going to be wasting time on those people that can't afford you at kind of the lower end of the funnel. You're not going to be wasting time doing small list building and marketing exercises. You're not going to be wasting time scrabbling for services-based business when that money could be coming in passively behind you from your online course. So you're not exchanging your time for money anymore. You're not having to work on labor-intensive services, doing those one-on-ones, doing that coaching, doing those service-based projects, because you're going to have passive income coming in behind the scenes. So for you, if you like doing your one-on-ones and you like doing your project-based work, well, now you're going to have more time to do more of that because you're going to have your online course servicing all the other people behind you. And I love this one. Is so many people I know that are experts in their field, that are good at something. I bet you have heard that saying, can I take you for a coffee to pick your brain? Right, as much as we'd all love to do that, I love a coffee. I especially love catching up with people for breakfast. Nothing like a bit of bacon for the pregnant lady, right? But it's not possible to do it for everyone. It just isn't. We all have a job to do. We all have bills to pay. And going for coffee all day, every day, as much as I would love it, you just can't. So this is the way that you can swap kind of those free coffees in exchange for information. You can kind of go, oh look, sorry, I'm pretty busy. However, here's my online course where I've recorded my top 10 tips, which is way more than I'd be able to give you in an hour's worth of coffee. So it kind of helps you overcome that sort of time-sucking problem that you might get from people who just want a bit of advice, but might not necessarily have any money. Once they get that bit of advice from you via your online videos, well, you have no idea what that's going to convince them to lead into with you afterwards. For me, often I I find that it's the convincer that people go, okay, I think I like her. She definitely knows what she's talking about because I got to see with my own eyes that she knows what she's talking about. And they end up becoming customers down the line later on anyway. Now, the next motivator, course creation motivation number 5, is that you become an authority in your industry the second you create an online course. Now, that might kind of sound a little bit of a crazy claim. But again, it goes back to this concept that as soon as you teach something, you position yourself as somebody who knows what they're doing. You quite literally get to show people, demonstrate in front of their own eyes that you know your topic, that you're passionate about your topic, that you understand what it is that you're talking about, teaching, working on, sharing with the world, because people get to see it with their own eyes. So this also moves you away from that place of having to be all salesy and icky and buy my stuff and advertising and marketing. Because when people don't know that you know what you know, you have to try and convince them by promising it. This is where advertising and marketing come in. If you buy my thing, I will change your life. If you buy this from me, I will give this to you. Well, when you're teaching, when you're delivering helpful, valuable, informative content, you are proving straight away, undeniably, unquestionably, that you know what you know. And so that positions you as an expert. You're showing your expertise rather than just promising it. Okay, so let's move on to the final course creation motivation number 6, which is about how once you've created your online course, you immediately create for yourself a whole other range of content that will go on to do all of those other things for you again. So this is about replicating, multiplying your expertise, and it's about repurposing your simple online course that you've created to now work really, really hard for you for a very, very long time to come. So a couple of examples of ways that I do this and I get my clients to do this is to, for instance, you film your online course, whether that's your free mini course, your flagship course, your whole online academy, if you go down that road, is to then transcribe it. So there are lots of tools you can use. I use rev.com, for instance. Transcribes all your videos for you. You get the text, you can then edit the text, you can turn it into a print book. Now I've got 10 published books. If you go to sarahcordiner.com/books, you will see some of them on there. And some of these quite literally came from transcribing my videos, my tip videos that I've created. Some of them were just live stream tip videos. They weren't even as full blown as creating online courses. You can create books, you can create ebooks, bam, there's another set of income stream for you. You can create keynote presentations. Is exactly one of the things that I went and done with one of my online courses, and I get paid to speak at conferences all around the world now with that keynote presentation. So there's another income stream that came from my online course. You can then create higher level intensive boot camps or immersion programs or masterminds from that online course. Exactly what I did. About 5 or 6 years ago, I published my online course, How to Create Online Courses. It was so successful. It got such amazing feedback. I had people say, I loved it, I've learned how to create a course, but I just can't get myself to do it. Sarah, I need you in a room with me. So I turned it into a week-long immersion boot camp, which was a high ticket program. I put all fancy going to mansions in it and bringing my film crew along and getting people to film their course. My editors came along and create their video editing for them, and they published their whole entire course before they leave at the end of the week. So you can do the same. So what would be your equivalent of like an immersion or a boot camp or a high-end workshop or a high-end mastermind that your kind of self-study online course could then turn into later on? They're just some examples. You can, for instance, even create a podcast, which is something I also did with the content from my online courses. So the sky is the limit with once you've created this online course, all of the other things it automatically creates for you that will go on to make you more money, a bigger impact, helping more people and establishing your credibility even higher and further just from creating some online videos. It's not as scary as people think. So look, with that, I have to say there is no reason not to do it. The hardest thing is getting started. Now, I'll share a secret with you in this video today. As you've seen, I'm big and big and fat and pregnant. It is 42 degrees where I live today in a remote part of Australia. I did not get any sleep last night because I'm being kicked in the ribs and places I didn't know that you could possibly be kicked in. So I'm tired, I'm hot, I'm exhausted because I had a big moment, and the last thing I wanted to do today was put on my lippy and brush my hair and film some videos because I just was knackered. As soon as I did it, made myself, got started, you get into the flow and you surprise yourself. I'm surprised of me right now. I'm really proud of me. I'm doing it. And if I didn't get up and brush my hair and stick my lippy on and come in front of this camera today, there will be someone that didn't get helped. There will be someone's life who wasn't a tiny bit easier today. There will be someone watching this who feels a tiny bit more motivated. I really hope that by filming this video, somebody feels a tiny bit more motivated now than they did 25 minutes ago. So it's really important to remember that difference and that impact that we can make, because that's why we're here as educators. That's what we're here to do. We've been training our whole entire life to share our expertise, to share our knowledge with the world, to make a difference, and to do that in a way that helps us have a better life too. It helps us earn money. It helps us have the lifestyle that we're dreaming of. That's what being an edupreneur is all about. Profitably educating your market, making a difference to the world in a way that's sustainable for you and your business as well. So look, there's a million reasons up on the screen here as to why you just need to crack on with it. And there are a heap more, but these are just some of the main reasons to really push yourself to do it. But here's the other thing I saw when I started going through these survey questions. Is first of all, is it worth it? Well, I think we've established that yes, it definitely is worth it. It's so worth it. I've changed 20,000 people's lives, and even if you just change one person's, it was worth it. Surely to you, one person. It was one person's life is enough, okay? The other thing that came up was a few fears. Some of them were disguised well, but there are a few fears. So I'm going to show you the top 3 fears that came up when I did my survey results the other day. So the first one was quite simply, I feel completely overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. Now this one's interesting because it's almost like people kind of go, I want to create the course, and they wake up and go, why isn't my course created yet? Oh, I don't know where to start. And it's a bit like me saying, I really want to learn French, and hoping that I wake up tomorrow morning having just miraculously learnt French, right? You don't know where to start and you don't know what to do yet because you haven't started. It's as simple as that. You're not going to know how to do it, and you're not going to stop feeling overwhelmed and confused and terrified by this process that's completely brand new to you until it's familiar to you. Until you've done it and practiced it and experienced it and absorbed it and taken it in and practiced it some more. So the kind of crazy thing about this is the only way to actually get out of this is to start, because everything's scary and confusing and crazy when it's new. It's as simple as that. So look, don't focus on the end product. This is what happens to a lot of people. For instance, they might look at a beautiful painting and see that beautiful painting and think, well, I could never do that. And they don't think of every tiny little brush stroke that went into creating the painting, which is the process. Every stroke, every dip of every color is the process, and the end result is what people look at and kind of go, I can't get there. We just need to kind of come back to the small, tiny, simple steps. And I often tell a story about an exercise I do when I'm in classrooms with teachers, when I'm doing teacher training. And I say to them, draw a dragon. Simple as that. It's the only instructions I give them. Half of them freak out, half of them get cracking, and they all come out with completely different results. And normally the feeling in the room is one of a bit of frustration, self-mocking, I don't know what I'm doing. The next thing I do is I then draw triangles on the board and say, copy me. I can't guarantee that everyone in the room is an artist, but what I certainly can guarantee is that I can teach each of them how to draw one line at a time. So I teach them one line at a time in triangles, and by the end of it, they've all completed a beautiful picture of a dragon, right? That they're all pretty proud of. And the whole point of that exercise is to show people that it's not about trying to go straight for the end result. The second you focus on the end result and try and get that straight away is the second you hit overwhelm, the second you hit fear. It's too hard to jump straight to a finished product. You have to start from the beginning and then do step 1 and then do step 2 and then do step 3. So it's all about breaking down the steps. And as I've said before, creating an online course has a very set process to it. It's not scary because of that, because of the fact that there's quite simply step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and they can all be broken down into guidelines. So there is a process, and take comfort in knowing that first of all. And all you've got to do is put one foot in front of the other, one at a time. So that really comes down to the fact that, look, nothing is born in its adult form. The online course I have now has been through about 20 plus versions. It started off a very different product. And the great thing about online learning is that it naturally evolves, it naturally gets better the more of your students take it, because each time a student goes in, they'll ask a new question, and you can film a new video to answer that new question, and your course grows and evolves over time. And you know what? It will never reach maturity, because the world is changing constantly around us. Our customers' needs are changing all of the time, and the only way that we can have anything of value out there is to make sure we create something that we never truly finish. So please don't think you have to just miraculously produce this perfect Hollywood production by next week. You create version 1, the embryonic version, and you slowly improve it as you go. And that's the only way to create anything in a digital world in today's world. So follow the steps, take a deep breath, and just get started, because once you've been through the process once, it will all make sense, it will all be familiar, and you'll go, I wish I just started that sooner. Which is what every single one of my students say to me every time they come and create a course with me. The other major fear that people get when they come to create the online course is the fear of judgment, the fear of criticism. The imposter syndrome comes in and says, you're not good enough. Who am I to teach this? People are going to look at me. I don't have a graduate degree in my topic. People are going to see that I'm a fraud. People are going to see that I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to teach this. Who am I to think that I can teach the world this? And this is a very real fear. This comes in at us, and we are scared of what people are going to say about us. A lot of people don't want to be judged poorly or unfairly or criticised, and that's totally okay. I've been doing this for years. I've been online for a long time, and I still get upset when I get a mean comment. I hate to admit it, but I do, because I care what people think about me, and I'm not afraid to admit it. All right. So look, we're human at the end of the day, and human beings love acceptance. We all want to feel like we belong somewhere. We all want to feel like we're accepted. We all want to feel like we're valuable and loved and liked. So of course, this is going to be a fear to us, that people might judge us negatively or criticize us, or that we usually criticize ourselves and say, I'm definitely not good enough to do this. But it's really important to remember that you're only teaching the things that you do know. A lot of people think, I've got to do tons of research. I've got to go and get that degree. I've got to read every single book that exists in the world. Well, if you think that you have to read and know everything about your topic before you start teaching it, by the time you've done all of that reading and researching, the whole world will have changed again, and everything you've just learned will be completely irrelevant. You are only teaching what you do know right now. You're not teaching anything that you don't know. You can't possibly know everything about your topic. So just go out there with what you can give, what you can deliver, what you can help people with. What are the life experiences that you've been through, good or bad? How did you get through those? People just want to know how. How did you get your results? How did you learn what you learned? How do you apply and execute what you learn and apply? How did you acquire the skills that you've got, and how can they get it too? That's it. You do not need to have some professor doctorate degree in something to be able to help somebody else through something else. Perhaps you've been through some kind of life challenge. Somebody else will be going through that right now and would love to have a shortcut out of it. And perhaps you know what that shortcut is because you've been there yourself. It's same for a positive experience. You've had successes in your life, even if you don't see them as that successful. To somebody else, they could be the most amazing dream come true success they could ever wish for. Simply share how you got it. How did you do it? How did you attain that success and that win? So look, there's a number of different ways that you can inspire other people, and you've just got to remember you're not teaching people that already know that stuff. You're not teaching people that are more expert than you. You're teaching the ones that don't know it yet. You're teaching the ones that are less of an expert and less experienced than you. They are your customers, and they are the only people that you need to worry about. And I always say that saying, to every first grader, a fourth grader is an expert. You only need to be one grade above the people that you're working with and that you're helping, because they're the only ones that need your help, right? And look, the final thing I say to people is, You have been training for wherever you are right now for your entire life. Every experience you've been through, every book you've read, everything that you've done, every course that you've been on, every job that you've had, every interaction you've had, whatever it might be, has all been training you for the skills and the knowledge that you have right now. So right now is the time to share it. You know what? If it upgrades later, you can re-record the video later and share that information later on. So please don't be afraid of criticism. We're not worried about the people that know more than us. We're not worried about the people that don't like us. We are only here on earth to help people that need our help, not the ones that don't. And we just have to get over the fact that not everyone is going to like us. So kind of leads me on to the final fear that a lot of people have, which is, oh my goodness, Sarah, what if I create an entire online course and nobody buys it? What if I'm going to go into this for absolutely nothing? Another one that kind of ties in a little bit into that is, what if I'm boring? What if no one likes me? What if no one likes my content? What if it doesn't sell because it's me? There's a whole bunch of kind of fears that come around this kind of category. And I always say, well, look, if you don't create the course, you've got 100% chance of it not selling, right? So surely having a course of any form whatsoever is better than having none. It's got more chance of helping somebody, and it's got more chance of selling at all if it exists, right? So step one is to make something exist in the first place, and now you have 100% chance of it maybe selling more than it would if you had nothing at all. And I always say that, like I've said before, it's an evolutionary process. Nothing's born in its adult form. You have to start with something. You cannot start with a perfect product. You have to start somewhere. You have to take something to market to test. So there's a bunch of market research strategies that I take people through in my course creation programs. And they are simply do this, now do this, now do this. It's a simple process that you follow that I've done time and time again with over 50 successful online courses of my own, let alone the thousands that I've done with other people. So this is all about going, once you've done a bit of basic market testing to make sure that your topic is actually something that has market demand, you need to create a first draft, and you need to just be brave and take a deep breath and put it out to the world. Because the second you do that is when you start knowing how to iterate that product, how to change it, how to make it better. You don't know how the market is going to react to something until they have it in their hands. So this is where there's different techniques that I take my students through, such as doing pilot testing, beta testing, pre-selling, getting it out to the world, strategically and deliberately gathering feedback back on that content so that you can improve it and make it better and make it more interesting to your particular target audience. But you've got to be brave enough to kind of put something out there in the first place in order to be able to get that valuable information. So sometimes as well, as I say to people, it's actually not about your content, because a lot of people think I'm not good enough, my stuff's not good enough, my videos won't be good enough. There is somebody out there in the world for everyone. First of all, your character will attract a certain type of people. You have to be yourself. You will see, I don't do any of my videos scripted because I just want to be me. Some people probably think I'm the most annoying person in the world. Some people are probably watching this going, I wish she'd shut up or talk slower, or I hate her accent. I don't know, right? But that's fine. That's totally okay. There will be some people watching this just going, okay, this is great, like the style, works for me, I'm happy, I'm getting what I need, boom, done. There's somebody out there for everyone. So for some people, they want someone calm, cool, slow, collective, storytelling style. Other people like people who are boom, boom, boom and fast. Some people like people who are overt and extrovert and lots and lots of energy. Other people like very logical, very paced type information. Please don't think that you have to be like anybody else, that you have to be a certain character, that you have to deliver in a certain way in order to create a great online course. You do not change your personality when you do this. You do it your way, your style, not how anyone else does it, because you are attracting a certain type of people that are attracted to you, that want you, your personality, your way, your product, your service. If you try and be anything else in your online course, there's going to be a really weird clash when they realize that that's not you when it comes to working with you in person or doing your services or whatever it might be. So remember that like attracts like. There is a tribe out there for you, but in order for you to find each other, you first have to get out there. I always say, if people can't see you, if they can't hear you, if they cannot find you, you simply don't exist. So the only way to get customers, to build your list, to get custom, to have income coming in, to build your authority, to make any difference in the world, you have to put yourself out there and trust that by doing that, you will start attracting the right people for you, who like your content, who like the way that you do things. So please don't be afraid that you have to be somebody that you're not in order to be successful in the online space. Final thought here is to give yourself some non-negotiables. Now, I shared that before I jumped on and did this today, I did not feel like filming a video at all. I just wasn't in the zone whatsoever. And I could have procrastinated about this for 100 years and it just would never have happened. So what I did in my head is I really had to do this. This is a genuine strategy that I have to use with myself, is I create myself some non-negotiable goals. So for you, it could be anything. It might be a financial goal that you have. It might be a number of people's lives that you want to change. It might be a particular product that you just want to launch. Whatever it might be for you, I don't know, there's no right or wrong, but you have that goal in your head and you have to say to yourself, if I do this, then I will meet that goal, get that amount of money, achieve that thing, change that many people's lives, whatever it might be. If I don't do that, if I don't do this video, if I don't create this online course, I will not achieve this. I will not meet that. I will not get this outcome. And that for me, because I have created a goal for myself that's so non-negotiable, that's so attached to what I care about, that I can, in the slumpiest slump of big fat hot tired pregnancy zone, can go, I have to do this because it is who I am. It's why I'm here. It's why I started this business. It's why I do what I do. It's why I lay in bed awake at night hoping that I achieve X, Y, and Z. It's why I started this in the first place. So for you, can you write some of those things down for you? Because until you know what it is that's behind why you do what you do, why you get up every day, why you started doing this, what it is that you're moving towards, only then are you going to be able to use that as your motivator when you have days where you just feel, because we do, those days happen often, and for some of us more often than others. That's normal. You can't be on and motivated all the time. It's just not human biology. So you do need this strategy in place to help you help other people. It's just the way that it works. And so look, let me end this video by telling you that I do have one last opportunity for you to create your online course this decade. Yes, we are at the end of a decade. I don't know how many of you have had this on your to-do list for the entire decade. And I know there's some of you, because I've been working with some of you for that long, who I'm sure are watching this right now, who still haven't created your courses. So we're going to get this done now. So look, I have, starting on the 1st of November 2019, my next course creation group coaching program. And I would love you to come and join this program if you just want to get your online course created and live, published before Christmas. Now, I'm telling you now that from the years that I have been creating and selling online courses, the best time of the year for my sales is always between Christmas and March, because this is the time of year when people are evaluating their lives, their jobs, their businesses, their mindset, their relationships, everything about their life. This is the time when people sit back and go, did I achieve everything I wanted to this year? What kind of life do I want next year? So this is the time when people willingly and with motivation seek out opportunities to learn and better themselves in their lives and their businesses and their jobs or whatever it might be. And this is when online course sales go through the friggin' roof. So this is why I want to really highly encourage you to not only end the decade with a profitable product that you can now commercialize, sell and use to grow your business, your brand, and impact and income and everything, but to do that right before the most important time of the year, the biggest income earning time of the year too. So my group coaching program opens up for enrollment on the 25th of October 2019. So it's just 4 days away from me releasing this video. If you're watching this after that date, you've missed it, but there will be a link below where you can pre-enroll for the next intake to get notified for the next intake, which for the moment now won't be for a long time because I'm about to go on maternity leave after this next program. So in that 30-day course creation group coaching program, you will get a number of things. Now, one is you will have basically one module a week for 4 weeks. They are broken down into the 4 major phases of creating a course. So week 1 is planning and profit, planning your course, planning your topic, doing your market research, and making sure that your course is going to be profitable, pricing it and fitting up your business model the right way so that your course is going to earn you money. Yay. Week number 2, module 2, is going to be all about your content and your delivery, pulling out your brain, putting it into orders, getting your modules and your lessons in the right order, delivering it in the right way, getting your filming tips together and filming it and getting it ready and put together. Week 3, module 3, is all about your technology. So I'm going to be taking you through exactly what tech you need, what equipment you need, how to use it, how to set it up. I'm talking step by step, follow the video walkthroughs. And then the final week is all about launch and marketing. So how do you get your course out there? How do you test it? How do you get a beta group? How do you get affiliates? How do you get your first students signed up? And then how do you go on and market that course as time goes on? So they're the 4 major modules. Now you get those delivered in tutorial videos that you can plug and play. You have lifetime access to those recorded videos so that you can go in and follow the step-by-step training that I take you through to set all of this stuff up. There are, in that online school, there will be swipe files, downloads, there will be step-by-step process guides. Now I've told you this is a step-by-step process, so it will literally be step 1, do this, step 2, do that. I provide you with everything from your email copy to set up your email automation sequences, your landing page for your online course to make sure that it sells. All of these templates, swipe files and processes and checklists are downloadable, printable for you inside the school. You will also once a week, each week of the 4 weeks, get a live Q&A call with me and the rest of your group. So you can ask absolutely any questions you like, and I will also be going through some additional learning content that supports that week's learning and tasks that you need to do. You will get daily check-ins from me via a private members only Facebook group. So only the people on the program will be in this particular private Facebook group, so you can share all of your process and progress with each other, and I will be in there giving you live stream answers to your questions on the daily, checking in with everyone, giving you reminders and accountability nudges to make sure that you're getting through the week each week. And so on the 1st of December, you should be ready to launch and publish your course, if not then by Christmas. So there are only 20 places for those who join the plus version of that program, and those people do not only get all of that, they also get a private one-on-one coaching call with me to go through your particular course and your course plan. There are also some very special bonuses that go in there too. So do go to sarahcordiner.com/do-it. Yes, we're going to do it so that you can do it, so you can get your course created. You will see that there's a register button on there. You can press inquire, press register now, and you'll be sent the pricing and the details of that particular program. It's first come, first serve. Like I say, we go on sale on the 25th of October. It will only be open for 5 days. It will be open for less if those places sell out. And we start on the 1st of November. By the 1st of December, your course will be finished and it will be live, and it will be making money for you right before the biggest course sales season of the year, and you're going to end that decade having finally got this done. So go to sarahcordiner.com/do-it to get it done. Otherwise, I will be checking in with you with some more videos now where I'm going to go through some of those stages, those major phases of course creation, so that you can get yourself started before the group coaching program begins. See you all soon. Bye.